a vision, creating in your mind's eye what it is that you really want is really what it's at, and then attaching a strategy to it makes it a goal. Right? But first you have to kind of know what it is that you want. Right? So I think there's a couple of tools that you can use for that. I'm going to share mine. So, a vision board, okay? Familiar with that? I have this in my bathroom, so I have to see it multiple times a day, right? Because you have to remember, your vision is part of your subconscious mind. Like the more you drill that vision into the subconscious mind, the part that you don't, that just thinks automatically, the closer you are to that goal already. Right? It's amazing. You know, like everybody's seen the movie The Secret, and that's what they're talking about. The part that they don't talk about is all the hard work and goal setting and work you have to do to get it, which is the part that's the most important. So they miss the whole point. But I think drilling into your subconscious mind of what it is, what my life is supposed to look like is important, right? And I know a vision board seems kind of hokey.
No, it is. I have a question. So is your vision board stuff that you've done or stuff that you...
That I want.
No, okay.
Well, and it's probably in progress.
That could go both ways,
both,
too.
right? And mine's pretty specific, but if you looked at it, it would have no meaning to you, right? Because it isn't Mercedes-Benz and big house in La Jolla, and like that's not really what I'm after, right? So, but I'll share mine. So, I do the same thing every day. I stand in front of it, and I work my way around it, and I say the same thing every single day to each picture, right? So this is my oldest daughter, Elka. Elka's big thing for me, she and I, is that I want her to be proud of me. I want to do something. She's the kind of kid that wants to say, my dad's good at this or that, and that makes me happy, right? And it makes her happy. So every day, I tell her picture that I'm going to do something that's going to make you proud of me, right? And then I move over to Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy's a public speaker. I want to be a public speaker. So I tell Darren Hardy, I'm coming after you. Someday, I'm going to be doing what you're doing, because that's my goal. That's my dream, right? And then this is Rich Roll. He's a cyclist who had been this really out of shape guy, and he got really healthy, and he was a lawyer, and he hated his job, and he kind of switched careers and got into the health field, and he just made this big health transformation that impressed me. So I've been on that journey trying to get more healthy, so I look at his picture every day because he's obviously further along that journey than I am, but I'm coming after him. I want what you have. I want to feel great at 60, at 70, or whatever, right? This is my daughter, Anna, my younger one. Anna has some life issues. And I'm concerned what her life's going to be when I pass away. So my biggest thing in life is to try to make enough money that she can live comfortably if for some reason she can't fend for herself, right? So I tell her every day, it's going to be okay. I'm going to take care of you, right? That's a barrel sauna. I just always wanted barrels. That's it. There's something more to it than that, right? I think they're cool, and I want to go hang out in the barrel sauna.
All right.
And then this is the Upper Ogden Valley in Utah where we live. And this is a reminder to myself why I commute back and forth every day, because I want to be buried in the soil there. Because it'd be really easy to say, oh, I'm just moving back here.
Where's your Ranch Cucamonga card?
There's no ranch people in here.
You didn't have trouble back here.
He wants to leave here.
Yeah, you're missing the point of it. And then this is my wife and kids. We were at my parents' house and we were really happy. And then it's just, I'm not a happy person by nature. Like I'm a pessimist and I'm always kind of grinding. So this is a reminder to me that I have to enjoy every day so that they can be happy, right? I can get lost in the grind and they don't. And then Jim was actually with me when we went to Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Conference. And I just look at the 10X and just like, whatever I'm doing, can I do it 10 times more, 10 times better? It's a reminder. And then these two sayings also come from 10X, and success is my duty. If I want these things, then I have to find a way to become successful, right? And then who's got my money? and I know that is, it sounds crass, but what it really means is who has the money, who out there can I provide the value to that they are willing to pay me for, right? And this is my target, this is the bullseye, who's got my money? So when I'm standing there looking at this board, I'm thinking, what can I do to add value to somebody else that they are willing to pay me for, right? And then that fixes basically all the rest of these things, right? So I do this every single time I go to the bathroom. I will stand in front of this stupid board and talk my way out loud, which seems crazy, to it, but it's burning it into my mind. And I did a vision board years ago, and why I stopped doing it, I don't know. And after 4 or 5 years, everything on the board had come true, but I didn't really realize it until it ended. Weird, right? So, look, I know it seems a little hokey, but I really believe that this works, you know? The other thing I do, it's also a 10X thing. Grant Cardone, who is the 10X guy, he has a planner. And then in the planner, I don't use it exactly like he does because I don't like the calendar portion of it, but he has a page that you write your goals in the morning, right? So I have 5 specific sentences, which are mine, that I write, and I write them in that it's accomplished already. Not I want to, I am, or I have, or whatever. So I'll write that, and then my target, and I just write my big target, like what my end goal is, and then I write them again. So that's twice a day. So what's that, like 700 and, Jim, you're the math guy, was 365 times 2. 720?
Put me on the spot there.
730. So 730 times a year I'm writing my goal. And I bet you if we took 100 people, most people don't write their goal more than once or twice a year, if any. Right? So if you write yours, but if you write yours, let's say you did it once a day, 365 times a year, you are so much more likely to achieve those goals than somebody that isn't putting pen to paper and doing that. Right? So those are the 2 tools, these are the 2 tools that once I got a vision that I use to keep that vision going, because Mark, you know, you're saying you just lose momentum or whatever. It's
Still happy with the little success that I had, you know, like I could take a breather,
It's
like
like-
I had the success, you know.
no such thing.
Right? I know. You
And-
can always fall backwards,
And
and
I
why
always
did I
use
stop?
this, Mike's heard me say this a million times in a morning meeting. Kobe Bryant shoots foul shots every single day of his life. Does Kobe really need to shoot foul shots every single day of his life? Yes. That's why in the game he doesn't miss many. Right? And he recognized that. Michael Jordan, and the guys who are the best are always the guys who work the hardest and the most consistent. Right? They're probably the guys that are writing in their planner hundreds and hundreds of times because you're trying to train that monkey brain to stay on task. Because that's where we get lost. The monkey brain starts going, woo, shiny object, I'm going to run over here, and then I'm going to run over here. And yeah, squirrel. Whereas, you know, the people who are really doing well, even if they see the squirrel, they go, wait a minute, that's not part of my vision board. And they go right back, right? Look, I have a hard time with that too, Mark. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm saying what I'm doing to try to make better.
I agree, I do the same thing every day. I have a book and I write everything that I need to do. And then I have the fires that I have to put out that are added, and I highlight everything. At the end of the day, I look at it, make sure I did everything. Very goal oriented. That's how I live.
But what about the vision and the dream?
Well, the vision, okay,
Because
so.
those are
For
tasks.
instance, yeah, so I keep everything on my refrigerator and I do it. I have to say, every year I look back, or every 6 months, and I'm done and I'm putting new ones on. I have to. If I don't put a new one on, I kind of feel like lost. If that makes sense.
Is there an overarching vision where all that leads to?
No, not really.
See, yeah,
Well,
Heather,
I mean, yes and no, I guess, but.
right, but what you're talking about are super duper task oriented things, right?
No, I'm talking about personal things too.
No,
So
I understand.
for what I do, I know that there's a wish, and I know that there's a dream, and then I know
Okay.
there's a goal. So wishes are, I wish I could win the lottery. I know that's not gonna happen.
Sure.
But a dream is, I would like to buy a house, or I would like to join search and rescue, or I would like,
And then
now
you're
search and
doing,
rescue just went to a dream into my goal, and now it's crossed off. you know,
Right,
so
you're,
that's,
so
I
the
kinda do
tasks laddering up
it.
to the
Yes,
final
I
goal.
do that,
Yeah.
I kinda come down.
Is anybody
Makes
else
sense.
doing anything similarly? Do you think
No.
that would help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
Just
this
tell
is,
each other about what we wanna do.
yeah, and for
Okay,
you
that's
two
what I
guys, to be on the same page and make sure that those things go together, you know?
But for me, what works is I'm always engaged in it. So I don't just put it in my fridge and don't look at it. I'm engaged. I go back to it, I look at it, I cross it out, I add. So I'm just always engaged, and that's my advice.
You create time every day to do that too, yeah.
Well, my daily task goals for the day, yes, but my other one that's on my fridge, maybe once a week I'll go and I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Oh, I already did that, awesome, you know, so, and then I'll add stuff to it, because I never want my goals sheet to be, nothing on it, so it's, it works for me.
Kelly, to answer that question, at least from my perspective, it's create habit, right? So when I have a rule, my own rule, feet don't touch the ground until I've written the morning goals. Like I literally wake up, turn on the light, pull this thing over, and you know, it can be really boring. I know what these things are. Like I don't have to sit and look through yesterday's to write them out. I mean, I can just write them. But you know, it's the act of doing it, and then I just will not let myself fall asleep before I do it again. I mean, I've literally dozed off and woken up and went, well, I gotta pull my book, and I gotta do it. It's just creating the habit of doing it over and over and over and over, and it's really a grind. You know, it's not fun, but the fun is to get, I mean,
Your progress.
yeah, you know, I'm a results person. Like, I'm not as process driven as, you know, everybody's like, enjoy the journey. I like the result, you know, like,
Me too.
you know, it's like, I mean, I think I have to get to the point for my own self that I have to recognize that I probably should enjoy the journey more. But I'm not gonna lie, I really get pissed off about the journey. The journey makes me angry a lot. But when I'm seeing it moving forward, then I have the little small victories that keep me going, you know? Like Todd, I think you're wired a little like me. It's like, I just get me to the destination, right? But the destination's a long road, you know, so you have to celebrate a little bit.
You have to appreciate too, I think what I do is how these things happen. I look back and say, how did that happen? Like, it fell into my lap pretty much, and so I'm grateful and thankful for that. It just happens.
So those are the things that I do, but let's go around and it's like, is anybody doing anything differently or want it, or think you have a good idea to do something that will work?